Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Car Stories. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a vehicle that's turning heads and rewriting history for the Italian automaker Lamborghini. It's not just a car, it's a symbol of power, innovation, and design. This is the Lamborghini Revuelto. The Lamborghini Revuelto is more than just the next flagship model. It's the first step into an electrified future for Lamborghini, a bold hybrid that's still true to its naturally aspirated roots. This plug-in hybrid V12 supercar blends the past and future in a way that very few cars ever have. This car was unveiled in 2023, and it's the spiritual successor to the iconic Aventador. But make no mistake, the Revuelto is not just an evolution. It's a complete reimagination of what a Lamborghini V12 can be in the age of electrification and sustainability. At the heart of the Revuelto lies a brand new 6.5-liter, naturally aspirated V12 engine. This engine alone produces a staggering 814 horsepower. But Lamborghini didn't stop there. The Revuelto is also equipped with 3 electric motors, bringing the total output to an astonishing 1,001 horsepower. The hybrid system is powered by a 3.8 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery, which allows for short all-electric driving at low speeds. But the real purpose of the hybrid powertrain is performance, instant torque, regenerative braking, and enhanced all-wheel drive capabilities. This is a hybrid that performs like a purebred race car. The Revuelto can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour, in just 2.5 seconds. And if you keep your foot down, it will continue to a top speed of over 350 kilometers per hour, 217 miles per hour. These numbers place the Revuelto among the fastest production cars in the world. That what's equally impressive is how the Revuelto handles. Thanks to its torque vectoring system, active aerodynamics, and carbon fiber monocoque chassis, it offers unprecedented control and agility. It feels planted, confident, and aggressive, exactly what you'd expect from a car wearing the Raging Bull badge. Speaking of the chassis, Lamborghini built the Revuelto with a brand new monofuselage design. It's made entirely of carbon fiber, making it 10% lighter and 25% stiffer than the Aventador's frame. This means better performance, greater safety, and improved efficiency across the board. Inside, the Revuelto takes a futuristic leap forward. It features a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, an 8.4-inch central touchscreen, and a passenger display to keep everyone involved in the experience. The cockpit is designed with a fighter jet influence, giving the driver complete command over the car's many systems. Despite its high-performance nature, Lamborghini has introduced more comfort and practicality in the Revuelto than in previous V12 models. There's more interior space, improved ergonomics, and even some luggage capacity, though it's still very much a supercar. From a design perspective, the Revuelto is unmistakably Lamborghini. The sharp lines, Y-shaped headlights, massive rear diffuser, and hexagonal exhaust create a visual language that speaks to speed and aggression. It's functional art, sculpted by air and engineered for thrill. Sustainability is also part of the Revuelto's DNA. Lamborghini's move to hybrid technology reflects a broader shift in the auto industry. But they've done it without sacrificing emotion, sound, or the raw feeling that makes driving a Lamborghini so visceral. Now let's talk numbers. This isn't a car you just buy on a whim. The Lamborghini Revuelto is valued at around $2 million. That price reflects not only its engineering excellence, but also its exclusivity. Each Revuelto is a rolling masterpiece, built for collectors, dreamers, and those who demand the absolute best. Production of the Revuelto will be limited, and demand is already exceeding expectations. Lamborghini has stated that its order books are filled for years to come. This isn't just a car, it's an investment, a statement, and for some, a childhood dream finally realized. The Revuelto also represents Lamborghini's commitment to innovation. While it honors the brand's heritage, it's also paving the way for a new era of electrified performance vehicles. The name Revuelto itself means scrambled or mixed in Spanish, A fitting title for a hybrid that stirs up tradition. With this car, Lamborghini Revuelto car history. This car, Nissan 1980s, to shine a light on a car that helped define the decade. A Nissan model that may not have made headlines in Supercar magazines, but quietly won the hearts of drivers all over the world. The 1980s were a transformative time for the automotive industry. Technology was improving rapidly, designs were evolving, and Japanese manufacturers were beginning to dominate the global market with reliability, efficiency, and value. Nissan, still known as Datsun in some markets at the start of the decade, was right at the center of this shift point. One of the most iconic Nissan cars from this era was the Nissan 300ZX, part of the Z car lineage that dates back to the legendary 240Z. The 300ZX represented a perfect blend of sporty styling, advanced engineering, and everyday drivability, all wrapped in that unmistakably angular 80s design language. The 300ZX made its debut in 1983 and immediately stood out with its pop-up headlights, low-slung stance, and crisp lines. It was offered with a 3.0-liter V6 engine, the VG30, which provided a solid punch of power while remaining fuel-efficient enough to be practical. That engine would go on to power many Nissan vehicles in the years that followed. For driving enthusiasts, the 300ZX delivered a balanced ride. Rear-wheel drive gave it that true sports car feel, while the independent suspension all around helped it handle twisty roads with surprising grace. It wasn't just a car for looks, it could perform, and it earned praise from critics and owners alike. Inside, the 300ZX was a showcase of 1980s technology. Digital dashboards, voice warning systems, and futuristic switchgear were all part of the experience. To a modern driver, it may feel a bit retro-futuristic, but at the time, it felt like stepping into a spaceship. It was more than a car, it was a vision of the future, but Nissan didn't stop with just one great model. The 1980s also gave us the Nissan Sentra, a compact sedan that brought reliability and affordability to the masses. While it may not have turned heads like the Z cars, it became a trusted companion for countless families across North America. Another unsung hero was the Nissan Stanza. It came in sedan and wagon forms and helped Nissan compete directly with the likes of Toyota and Honda. It was spacious, comfortable, and dependable. Everything a family needed in a time before SUVs took over the world. What made these cars truly special was how they blended value and quality. You could get behind the wheel of a well-equipped Nissan in the 1980s for a price that didn't break the bank. And today, that legacy continues. You can still find a running and decent condition Nissan 300ZX from the 80s for around $3,000. Sometimes even less if you're lucky and patient. That kind of value is hard to find these days. For under $3,000, you're not just buying a car, you're buying a piece of automotive history. A story on wheels. A machine built in a time when driving was about more than screens and sensors. It was about connection, feel, and joy. Many collectors and car lovers are now looking back at these 1980s Nissans with new appreciation. They're realizing that these vehicles have stood the test of time, not just mechanically, but emotionally. There's a certain honesty in their design and a simplicity that makes them a pleasure to own. Restoring one of these cars has become a passion project for many. Parts are still relatively available, especially for popular models like the 300ZX. Online communities and forums are full of knowledge, advice, and inspiration for anyone looking to bring one back to life. And we've talked to a few owners over the years who have picked up old 80s Nissans for under $3,000, put in some elbow grease, and ended up with a car they love to drive, and one that turns heads wherever it goes. It's proof that you don't need deep pockets to enjoy classic motoring. Even the base models have charm. Whether it's the clean lines of the Nissan Pulsar or the unmistakable square body of the early Pathfinders, there's character in every corner. These cars wear their age proudly, and in doing so, remind us of where we've been. That it's easy to get lost in nostalgia when looking at these cars, but they also offer something very real for today's drivers, a unique driving experience, a sense of connection, and the joy of simplicity. There are no touchscreens or automatic driving aids here. Just you, the road, and a machine designed to move you. At Old Car Stories, we believe every classic car has a tale to tell. And these Nissans from the 1980s, whether it's the sporty 300ZX, the humble Sentra, or the trusty Stanza, they all played a role in shaping the roads of their time. They carried us to school, to work, to first dates, and family vacations. If you're thinking about picking up a vintage car, don't overlook these gems. With a bit of patience and a budget of around $3,000, you could find yourself in a Nissan that's as fun to drive today as it was back then. And who knows, it might just become part of your own story. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe Old Car Stories,